We have huge swaths of time in our life that we do not remember. You have no idea what you ate for dinner a year ago today. Anybody? You do 9/11. But that's a key point. Nobody here. I had somebody in one of my other talks who said, I do. And I said, you do? Really? He said, yes. And so I had somebody bring him a microphone so we could have a conversation. And I said to him, what did you have for dinner? And he says, chicken piccata. I said, what was so memorable about the chicken piccata that made you remember that? And he says, oh, it wasn't the chicken piccata. It was the day my first child, my baby, my daughter, was born. You can all go, ah. Yeah. My first child was born. And I said to him, and you remember every minute of that day, don't you? And he said, oh, I do. I remember my wife waking me up at 4:15 and telling me, I think I'm in labor, we got to go. And I remember driving to the hospital. I remember getting there. I remember we walked into the lobby and there was a nun in a wheelchair, and she came over to us and said, are you having a baby today? And they said, yes. And she said, bless you. Like a light from heaven, you know? And he says, I remember going into the delivery room. I remember the obstetrician. I remember my wife pushing, push. And I remember when the baby came out. And I remember when I kissed my wife. You can do that again. Okay. When I kissed my wife. And I said, so, chicken piccata? Like, okay. And he says, oh, no. He says, my mom and my dad came to the hospital that afternoon. And so the look on my mom's face and the look on my dad's face was priceless. And they stayed there for a while, and we went to go see the baby, and it was wonderful. And then my dad and my mom and my brother, who had come later, took us to a very nice restaurant. And my father ordered wine, and he made a toast. And then I ordered chicken piccata. Memories only come from major things that happen that are different. Very often I get a memory in my head. And I say, why did I remember that? Where did that come from? What happened that day that I remember that so deeply? And the more I think about it, it always comes out to be something that was different, something that was special, something that was out of the ordinary.